Hi, Megan. Wow, I really enjoyed your video journal, and a couple of the things that I was thinking about. And when it comes to school performance, and in your case, you had a school that was high performing, I think you said, and then all of a sudden you missed it by 1 point. Everything dropped, and now all of a sudden you have to rethink what's happened. And yes, there often is a panic by teachers because first of all, they don't want to be linked to that, and they also don't want it to reflect on them. So first of all, the fact that they're passionate and maybe overzealous and really start pushing really hard to get those scores up is actually a good thing. But one of the things I think that as educators, as administrators, that we often don't look at is what are the factors that have changed. We start just comparing data. Okay, this is what we did last year, and this is what we did the year before, and this is what has to change. I often prescribe that you go through and look at the dynamics of the school. Do you still have the same second grade teacher? Same third, fourth, fifth, eighth, ninth? You know, what changed among that citizenship? What's changed among leadership? Were there any book adoptions? Start asking those questions. Start identifying factors outside of just those test scores. Look at your student population. Has it changed? Has the percentages changed? When the students that exited the building one year and new ones came in, did you see a difference? I mean, these factors are never taken into consideration when it comes to test scores. We just basically, it's apples to apples. Here are the test scores, here's what's happened. So, and the unfortunate part is that schools aren't allowed to even look at that and say that because it becomes an excuse. But it certainly is a cultural sense of what's happening in the school. It's factors that you can analyze, and it doesn't take that long. And it's not finger pointing. It's what has systemically changed that you can identify that's different this year. And look at those factors and then start reflecting on those factors. Is there anything in there that could have shifted things? Talk to the faculty. Ask them, you know. So I think it's an ongoing process, but I don't think we step back far enough. I think as soon as we find out that we didn't meet the score, we instantly go to the test data. We ignore other factors that could help us reach the same goal. And I think you spoke to that when you were talking about, you know, teachers start panicking and start, you know, giving way too much more homework or anything else they need to do. Step back from it. Step back, take a deep breath, and look at the big picture. Stop looking at the trees in the forest and look at the whole forest. That's what I would do as an administrator. I just think that it's a step that's left out. And maybe you guys are doing that, you just didn't share it or it didn't seem important, and I'm sure you probably did. It's not like I invented it. But by the same token, take a look at that. And I know when I was doing self-mentoring, I became very tuned into it because what I found when I was doing research on self-mentoring is that everybody goes right to the self-development stage, and there's this whole activity that has to occur before that, and that's why that self-awareness stage is so important, and it's really identifying these factors and then go into setting that expectation. So I feel the same way when it comes to test scores. You can apply that same thought process. But anyway, yeah, great job. That was very interesting. I had to really reflect upon it before I could respond to you. I had to really think about it for a little bit, think on how would I respond to this. But great job. Thanks for sharing. Have a good week.